Lucy, how are you?
Yes.
Yes, you're yes, are you? I'm very happy. Which which is the correct way of spelling separate?
I think it's B.
Yes, you are correct. They're both A's. It's unusual spelling. What are separate classes? What does that mean?
Mm, they don't in the same classroom.
That's right. They're not in the same classroom. Do you think this is a good idea, separating boys and girls to be taught?
I think it's a very good idea.
Because?
Because boys are very, very noisy.
Hmm. So girls are quiet.
I think.
Yeah. Many years ago when I was at school, there used to be a nursery rhyme. Girls are made of sugar and spice and all thing. I'm just typing this. Things nice. Boys are made of rats and snails and puppy dog tails. So you'd agree with that, would you?
Mm, yes.
All right. Thank you. Cindy,
Hi.
what are the something necessary qualifications for the job? Which is the correct spelling?
D.
D, yes, that's right. What job do you hope to get when you get older?
Uh, I want to be a wife.
A wife, all right. Well,
I don't
until you
want to
can
work.
become a wife,
Yeah.
what job will you do until you become a wife?
I don't want to work.
All right. Have you got any candidates to marry from this class yet?
Um, I don't know. No.
How about one of the foreign
No.
students, Michael or Vaclav? You could go back and live in
Mm.
Czechoslovakia or Europe. All right, what are the necessary qualifications for a wife?
I think it's mm, cook and
Yep,
have a baby.
yep. We, you must be fertile, if that.
Yeah.
Cleaner?
Yeah.
That's reasonable. You, if you come to Australia, you can do a certificate 3 um, in being a chef. Thank you, Cindy. Tim, would you like to marry Cindy?
No.
All right. Oh, I could poll the boys in the class if you like, Cindy. All right, here's a poll for the boys only. How many would like to, no, would you like to marry Cindy? 1, yes. 2, no. 3, don't know. All right, there's your poll. Don't worry, I promise I won't tell anybody's name unless you're interested, Cindy.
也是啊。
The girls can answer as well in case she's
天
gay.
哪，放弃。
Well, apparently Cindy would like to marry herself. Well, that's quite interesting. I'll just let the poll run out first. The results won't show for a minute. Well, I've got 1, 2, 3 people that said they'd marry you, Cindy. 2 of them are girls, and there's 1 boy. I won't tell you who the boy is. So there's the results. We've got 4 people that would marry Cindy. So Cindy, you could have 4 husbands, and you'd have to become a Muslim because they're allowed to have more than one. And you'd also have to have what's called polyandry. Polyandry means you have more than one husband. So there you are. All right, now that's enough of that. Tim, where are you? All right. Most students choose to live in student accommodation in their first year of studies as it's convenient and affordable. Which is the correct spelling of accommodation?
D.
No.
No. A.
Yeah, it's a double C and a double M. It's a funny word. What is this a noun or a verb? Accommodation. So noun or verb?
It's a noun.
And what's the verb from accommodation? So if you
Accommodate.
That's right, D-A-T-E instead of I-O-N. Where do you live, Tim?
Student accommodation.
Is it good?
Not really.
Is it cheap?
Yeah, it's cheap.
How much?
8,500 NT half year.
Okay, so 8,000 how much?
500.
A year. That's in Taiwan dollars. I'm just converting that to I'm trying to find a currency converter and I can't, of course. Oh, here we go. Oh dear, I can't find one, but that's very cheap by Australian standards. In Australia, you'd pay probably 3 times that. So I guess it's good in Taiwan at least. Does that include meals, food?
No.
Oh, all right. So what do you eat? Where do you eat? So where do you get your meals from?
A student's restaurant.
Is that very nice?
No. But it's cheap.
All right, that's good. Thank you, Tim. Jasmine.
Hello.
Bad news, I'm afraid. there's been some definite drop in sales since the last period last year. How do you spell definite?
Um, 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 um.
Um, 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 um.
I guess B.
You guessed correctly. It's two eyes. What is this, a noun, verb, or adjective?
I think it's a mm, adjective.
Correct. Now use it in a sentence. I've given you a sentence there, Jasmine. There's one mistake. What is it? So I'm definite that definite is a adjective. What's the mistake in there? It's very simple. Oh, well, sorry. It's not hard, but I think it's simple because I speak English. But what's the mistake in that sentence?
I think it's definite.
No, those are right. I'm sure the definite is a objective. There's one letter missing somewhere. It's in this part of the sentence.
I don't know.
Anybody? Or it's in those
There
three
should be
words. Sorry, go on.
an adjective.
That's right, an adjective. And the reason is because after a vowel, you must, instead of a, you use an. All right, Jasmine, what are the vowels in English?
A-I-O-U.
Yeah, we used to have a little rhyme we said at primary school.
Oh.
A-E-I-O-U, Mr. Vowels, I know you. Very old. Thank you, Jasmine. Zoe.
Hi. Hello.
Which is not spelt correctly? Changeable, hoping, arguable, or having. That's not easy, this, so if you get it, well done.
A.
No, that's spelt okay. It's an e-able. It's unusual, but that's spelt okay. Fact. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's my mistake. I'm reading these as which is spelt incorrectly. So you are correct. It's that one. Okay. So you're right. So I was looking for the wrong one, Zoe. So you're right. It's changeable. That is spelled correct. How do you spell hoping?
H-O-P-I-N-G.
That's right, no E. I was hoping you'd get that correct. Right, this is no E in the other ones. But changeable is a funny word. What does changeable mean, Zoe?
Mm, mm,
Or you could use
often
it in a
change.
sentence. Yes, it often changes. So what often changes? Something beginning with W and ending in R. It comes out of the sky. Anybody? So what's often changeable?
Weather.
That's right, the weather's often changeable. Thank you, Zoe.
Thank you.
Tiffany,
Hi.
what I which spelling of independently is correct?
C.
Yep. And what part of speech is it? So
What
noun,
part
verb,
of?
adjective.
It's adverb.
Good. An adverb. What is an adverb?
To
Or what does an
describe.
adverb do? Sorry, go on.
Okay. To describe the things you are doing.
Yes. So what this is called a part of speech. A part of speech means a noun, adjective, verb, adverb, so on. So
Mm.
an adverb is describing which other part of speech?
Verb.
That's right. So it's which is it describing here then? Which verb?
Work.
That's right. So you're working independently. So if you're working independently, what does that mean?
You can decide things on your own.
That's right. Is that a quality, working independently, that
Yes, I
is
think so.
common in Taiwanese universities?
Actually, in the courses, teacher prefer us to do a group assignment.
Hmm. It's very different
Instead
in
of,
Australia.
yes.
You do have some group assignments, but most work is expected to be done independently because a lot of Asian students, they find it quite hard to work
Mm.
independently when they first arrive in the West, or at least in Australia. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Now, I want to finish the, um,
Nicholas,
yeah,
um, I'd like to know more about the international housing that the exchange students are staying. And I
oh,
took a few minutes asking them, and I think it's very interesting. And because they pay twice the rent. So, you want to go on and ask them? Because
all
I
right,
don't think
Vaclav,
many of us, yeah.
tell us where you're living.
Hello. That's
Yep.
true. I am in a room with Michael. We are living in the dormitory for international students, and we pay twice as much. But I think the reason is because we are only two in the room, and I think in the other dorms it's four people in the room, so the price is the same, but only divided by two people. So that's the
Okay.
reason.
Which, which would you prefer to live by yourself?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I like Michael,
Is
but
that
privacy is
no?
better.
Yeah. Is that an option, living by yourself? If you paid more, is there single accommodation available?
I'm not sure, but I saw some students living on their own, but I don't know if it's an option for us or only for, for example, PhD students or something like that. I think it's not an
Okay.
option. It was not an option for us.
What about
You know,
in your
you
home
mentioned about
country?
mouse.
Sorry.
Mouse. I know monkey usually get into the dorm, but I don't know about the mouse. You want to talk about it?
Okay. The teacher asked me because I told her, yes, last night Michael found a mouse in his food in the room. So, yeah, maybe the room is not as good as it seems because we see a lot of animals around. Like, for example, I saw a mouse, a lizard, cockroach, and someone saw a snake in the dorm, but I'm not sure. That's maybe not true. But yeah, that's something I think this is not very common in Czech Republic, but in general the dorms are similar. Two people living in one room, and
Mm.
yeah, similar.
It's
And
interesting.
the rent?
In Australia, oh yeah, the rent's double, I think he said, Pearl.
Compared to that in your country.
I don't know because I don't live in a student dorm in Czech Republic, so I don't know how it's about prices there.
You live at home, your home, or outside?
Yeah, I live still with my parents because I study in Prague and live in Prague, so that's no reason for me to live in a dorm with other students.
Nicholas, you were asking him a question?
Um, I was going to say that in Australia, uh, the student accommodation, there's only single accommodation. As far as I know, there are no dorms. Dormitory or dorm usually implies more than one person. So in Australia, all accommodation is single, and I think the rates are about 4 times as much as you pay in Taiwan. So it's quite expensive. Some students prefer it because they're safe. There's security, they're locked up, and they are mixed. They're mixed accommodation, but it tends to be in, there'll be sort of, females on one side, males in another building, and common facilities like eating and so on. Vaclav, do you have your own bathroom, or do you share it with other people?
Yeah, we share it. There are about 5 rooms in a floor, or in a half of the floor, and these rooms share a bathroom and a toilet and
Okay.
kitchen, etc.
The English way, we call them communal facilities.
Yeah.
That means they're used by a number of people. It's quite interesting, the different ways different places do it. Okay.
Pat, Michael?
All right, Michael,
Does
any
he
other
snore
thing?
at night? Does Vaclav snore at night?
No, Václav doesn't snore. At least I didn't notice. But I just wanted to say that I prefer living in the dorm because you can keep in touch with other international students, so you can arrange on some trips, and you can go together to a party, and it's much better fun than going on just with a two or one people.
Yeah, it
Mm,
has advantages and disadvantages, so as everything, so.
yes. We say it's relative. Cindy, do you snore?
No.
No, that's good. That's just to tell anybody that interested in marrying you that you don't snore.
对。
All right. Can you start that, please, Judy or Greg? Okay, these are different questions. What was the study originally about at the beginning?
This is Tiffany, and it was a study about childhood obesity.
Yep. So it was about, what's obesity, Tiffany?
Fat.
Yep. Do you suffer from it?
Sorry?
Do you suffer
Yes.
from obesity? Oh, do you?
Yes, that's.
Sorry.
No,
You don't look fat on your face, Tiffany.
well, that's good.
All right, thank you.
I think
What's the study
Tiffany is
about
high
now?
standard.
Yes. She's got what?
Standard.
Oh, that's good.
herself.
Thank you.
All right. Who's next? What's the study about now?
Hello, I'm Jenny. The study is about how kids play now.
Yeah. Why do you think they changed the study, Jenny?
Gradually they
Mm, um, it's great. Um, Natural outcome. I don't know.
Sort of.
Sorry.
I'm just typing. I would say because researchers in Australia and the West have to actually apply for money for research. And there are many places doing studies on childhood obesity. Because in Australia and the West, fat children are a real problem. About 25% of children in Australia are obese. So we have a real problem. But how kids play is not a well-studied area. So they would likely get funding to do this, which they have because they're doing a research study now on it. Okay. Now, why is risk good for young brains?
Hello, I'm Daniel.
Yep.
I think risk can stimulate the behavior of emergency situation.
Yep.
Or what?
That's right. So that it stimulates a bit of the brain that manages risk, and they learn to control emotions. What about you? Were you allowed to play like this when you were a child?
I don't know.
Do you think risk is a good thing for children?
Yes, I think so.
Because? What do they learn from risk?
They may learn how to balance the danger
Yeah.
or
Good. Yep. Make decisions. And as you say, to balance the good with the bad. Would you go? Have you heard of bungee jumping? So have you ever heard of bungee jumping?
yes.
Would you do it?
Yes, I will try it.
I did it once and never again.
Me
It's
neither.
very, very scary.
Do we want to, Nicholas? Do we want to run a poll to see if our students what's their attitude towards bungee jumping?
Bungee
And the
jumping, all right.
price. Yeah, and the price. I mean,
The
the
price is
have to
about
be.
100 Australian dollars per jump. The reason I
So
know
that's
that is because my daughter went recently.
Oh,
That's
and you pay for
Australian.
it?
Of course.
You encourage her to be unindependent.
Absolutely.
Right?
No, she has no
you
money.
You adore her. Okay. So that
She's
will
studying
be
life.
like
She's a poor student.
2,400 NT.
Yep.
Okay.
So this is
And
bungee jumping. You jump off, and
yeah.
hopefully that rope will stop you before you hit the ground, or in this case, the water.
Okay. Let's
So
Paul,
there's,
with that price, will
all
our
right.
student
So Paul. So
take it?
one yes, you'd pay $100 Australian or 2,400. So one yes, you would, and two no, you wouldn't even consider it. Remember, it's dangerous. There was a girl killed last year because the rope snapped, but she was a big girl. She weighed about 400 kilos. Approximately equal spread. Most people, actually there's about half and half. I'm sorry I can't go quicker with this. There we go. So in fact, most of you said that yes, you would. Sarah, can you describe the results of this poll to me? Remember, yes, one was yes, two was no. So describe the results of the poll.
Many people. Nine people, about 42% say yes, and 7 people, about 33% says no.
Okay, which group do you belong to, Sarah?
Yes.
All right, and why?
Because I want to try.
Okay, it's worth trying once. What about skydiving? Would you do
Sky.
that, Sarah? Parachuting.
I think skydiving is very cool.
Ah. Okay, thank you, Sarah. Oh, wait a minute. So risk is good for young brains. All right. What does the prefrontal cortex of the brain do? The prefrontal means at the front.
It manages risk and emotions.
Good. It runs and it does that as well. So it manages risk and emotions. It also runs simulations. So it considers simulations. If you do this, then. It's a bit like computing. If I jump off a bridge without a parachute, I will die. Then I will die. So this if-then construction is very is one
Honest,
of the.
it's not like computers, because if you jump from a bridge without a rope, you don't have to die. You maybe will survive, but in computers it's 100%. Sorry to interrupt.
All right. Okay. If then most. But you're correct. It's either or in computers. It's not. There's no gradations of consequence. What does gradation mean? When I say gradations, what does it mean?
That something is increasing.
It's like a spectrum of consequences. So there's a range. You live at one end, you die at the other. But you know, anything along, you can live normally and be a normal person, or you can end up as a paraplegic or something. But gradations of consequence simply mean there's different grades of consequence. So some good, some bad, and some in the middle. All right, why is the principal walking very close to the line of danger?
Because principal wants children to learn how to take risk and realize the
Yep.
consequences.
Yeah. So he's seen as a villain. He's responsible for the accident. But yes, and children should be allowed to take some risks. Remember last week they talked about helicopter parenting. And helicopter parenting means the parents are always hovering over their children and children can't do anything. Okay, so that's all. That was a follow-on from last week. Now, I want to turn to something that's happened in Australia, which those of you that watch the international news might know about. I think we'll do there's a video and a reading, so before we do the reading, I'll show you the video. It's only short, it's about 2 minutes, and it will set the reading up. Just a minute, where we were. And I'll just put the questions up. If you could assign them, Pearl. There's only 6 questions. They're fairly easy, I think. So could you assign those?
Okay, done.
All right. There's no D in there. That should be tragedy. Could it? I mistragedy. Actually, no, it is right. Sorry, that's stupid. All right. I'll just check on tragedy while you're looking at that. You can start the video when you're ready, please. Okay. So what did the rescue workers do on arrival? Now, tragedy is no D, it's Tragedy. I must have been having a silliness when I wrote that, so it's tragedy. Okay, so what did the rescue workers do when they first arrived?
Hello, I'm Phoebe.
Yep.
I cover the body with blanket,
Yeah.
sheets,
Yeah. Why?
because they are body.
Yes. Fair enough. They cover the scene with a black sheet. Or they say cloak. What does cloak mean, Phoebe?
Cover,
Yeah, hide or cover. And it's a verb here, to cloak. Okay, thank you. How did the accident happen?
Hi, I'm EJ. Two boats were collide with each other and then they slip over. So
That's right.
the people on the board got killed.
Yeah, so they hit each other. What's the name of this ride and what time did the accident take place?
Hello, I'm Yun. I heard that what a rapid ride something,
Yeah, that's right.
and then okay,
So
it's
it's, go on,
2:20 noon.
PM. All right.
Thunder River
Say,
Rapids.
read that for me.
Thunder River Rapids ride.
What's thunder?
Storm.
Yeah. What makes thunder? Why does thunder happen?
Natural phenomena.
All right.
Can I explain?
Yeah, you can leave it. Actually, what happens is air pockets hit each other, and you get the sound of thunder. Now, what is PM?
Afternoon.
What does it mean? So there's AM and PM. But what do they mean?
Afternoon.
Which?
Between 12.
So, yeah, but that's afternoon and that's morning.
12 o'clock noon to
Yeah,
midnight.
that's right. So that's noon to midnight, and this is midnight to 12 o'clock. Now, convert this to 24-hour clock.
141440.
Yeah, good.
1420. Sorry.
Yeah, we say 1420. Good. You know that. Some people cannot do that. We have to teach this to students, and constantly they do not know what 1420 means, or 24 hours. It's quite interesting because it shouldn't be hard. Why is Dreamworld closed?
Hello, I'm
Hello?
Jenny. I think it's because the police want to understand the reason of the accident.
That's right. They want to establish what happened. Jasmine, if this tragedy accident occurred in Taiwan, would police also close the place?
Maybe a day.
It's interesting because in Australia, the police love shutting anything down. There was an accident on one of our major freeways last week, and it was there's 4 lanes on each side, and the accident occurred here, and they shut off the whole highway. There was absolute chaos for 2 hours while they took pictures, and the police just love causing chaos in Australia. Real nuisance. Right. Describe what the ride is like and yep.
I'm Lloyd. There are 6 people on a boat.
Yep.
And it
How quickly was the boat going?
45 kilometers per hour.
All right. And what does this mean? Spinning. What does spinning mean?
Spinning.
Means going round and round. And what are turbulent rapids? I'll put you a picture that there are turbulent rapids. What do they mean, or what does turbulent rapids mean?
Rapid. What? The speed of waterfall is fast.
That's right. Why is it fast? So what makes the boat go fast?
45 kilometers per hour.
That's right, exactly. All right. I can't make this go. This is going to be enough. All right, just thank you, Zoe. So what had the engineers done that morning to the ride?
Hello, I'm Lucy.
Yep.
The engineers take the water out of the ride and put it in again.
Yep. So this has caused a lot of problems in Australia because there were 4 people killed, and I think some of them were from overseas. So everybody's saying how shocking, which it is. Okay, now we're going to do the reading that relates to this. I've kept it. What is a theme park? Can somebody answer that, please? That's the title.
I think it's some kind of amusement park or something like that.
Yes, that's the other name, amusement park. It's just a place. Do they? I know. Can one of the Taiwanese students, Jay? What? Do you have any amusement parks in Taiwan?
Yes.
What are they? Are they Disney or anything like that?
No, we don't have Disney.
Okay. We haven't got Disney in Australia, but I'm told they're coming. Now, in the first paragraph, 2 children survived being thrown from the doomed Thunder Ride Rapids ride at a theme park in Australia and screamed in horror as their mothers were killed. It has emerged. Initial investigations into the accident suggest that the raft collided with an empty vessel that had become stuck near the end of the ride. It has been reported. The raft is believed to have flipped due to the collision, crushing and drowning 2 men aged 35 and 38 and 2 women aged 42 and 32 about 2:20 p.m. today on the Gold Coast in Queensland. Okay, just a second, please. Where did this accident occur exactly? So what place and what area? Li Yin, can you answer that? So what place did this occur exactly?
Australia.
Yeah, more specific. Yeah, Queensland. What part of Queensland?
Gold Coast,
That's right.
Queensland.
How many people were killed, Lian?
Four, 2 men and 2 women.
That's right. And there is a word, the third line down, it said collided with an empty vessel that had become stuck near the end of the line. Ride, sorry. What does vessel mean? Give me another word for vessel.
That round boat.
Yeah, round boat. And there's another word in line 3 that means the same as vessel in this reading. What's the word? 4 letters. Same line, actually. Line 3 of the paragraph.
Oh, raft.
That's right, raft. Okay. And on the first line, Lian, what happened to the children?
The children flew out.
That's right. They were thrown out. And what was their reaction when their mothers were killed?
The scream horror.
Yeah, they screamed in horror. That means they screamed. Screamed in horror or screamed horribly. Which I can understand. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next paragraph. One of the deceased daughters is understood to have been one of the children thrown to safety from the raft and screamed in horror as she watched her mother die. The other woman killed is believed to be originally from Auckland. Auckland is in New Zealand, and had been living in Australia with a husband and 2 children who were holidaying on the Gold Coast. Her son was on the ride with her, and was recovering in hospital recovering on Tuesday. Claire, hello.
Hello.
Claire, on the first line of that paragraph, it says one of the deceased daughters. What is the deceased referring to?
The deaf people.
Yes, that's right. Now, where are the two women from? Or where is the second woman from, sorry?
Australia people from Auckland.
Yeah. And what's she doing in Australia?
They are having holiday.
Yeah, on the Gold Coast. It's rather sad. What happened to her son?
Was on the ride with her and was in hospital recovering on.
What does recovering mean?
It's getting better.
Okay. Have you ever been in hospital, Claire?
Last month I have been in hospital because I get flu.
Okay. I'm just typing a question. Did you recover, or was your illness fatal?
Sorry, can you say that again?
Yeah, I've typed that for you there. Did you recover, or was your illness fatal?
I already recovered.
Oh, that's good. What does fatal mean?
Pain. You feel
No.
bad.
More. Worse.
More worse. Fatal. Fatal means you're deadly.
That's right. It's deadly. You die. And as you're talking to me, I know it wasn't fatal. Unless you are a ghost. All right. The front of the ride's raft is understood to have flipped. This is the next paragraph. Emergency services rushed to the popular tourist and family destination shortly after 2 p.m. and the ride was completely evacuated by 4 p.m. John Fuller, a Queensland ambulance officer, said one of the rides had sustained some sort of malfunction, causing 2 people to be ejected, 2 caught, 2 males and 2 females. They sustained injuries incompatible with life. Mr. Fuller said no efforts could save the victims and ambulance staff will receive counselling. Jason, if you look at line... Sorry. If you look at line 2 of that paragraph, it says, and the park was completely evacuated by 4 p.m. What does that mean, completely evacuated?
Let the tourists out.
Yeah. Now look at line 3 and line 4, and it uses the word sustain twice. one of the rides has sustained some form of malfunction, and next line, they sustained injuries incompatible with life. Can you tell me another? Can you give another word that means sustained, or tell me what sustained means?
Remain.
Different. If you sustain injuries, what does that mean?
I don't know.
Look at the text there I've written.
Sustain 是一种持续的现象嘛，所以它 sustain 是什么？这种人 develop。
Develop.
All right. Now I put developed in there. It says they developed injuries incompatible with life. Would you like to develop, if you were injured in a car accident, would you like to develop injuries incompatible with life or not? And why not?
什么意思啊？
你说上你愿不愿意有 develop injury 跟那个就
What does incompatible with life mean?
No.
Which one? Yes? No. Good. Why not?
No. It's hurt.
Well, it doesn't hurt, it kills you. Incompatible with life means the injuries are fatal. It will kill you. So incompatible means it is not compatible, not something that can be tolerated by somebody. Now, finally, it says ambulance staff will receive counselling, the last line. What does that mean, will receive counselling?
Counseling 是什么？
辅导，心理辅导。Must be very serious.
It must be serious.
Yeah, but what's counselling? If I am your counsellor, what do I do for you?
Talk to me.
Yeah, I talk. All right. Now, the ambulance staff have just seen a fatal accident. Why might they need counselling?
Because they are afraid.
That's right. They're afraid, they're stressed. Okay, thank you. Tim. It says ambulance staff will receive counselling. What tense is that? Present, past, future?
Future tense.
All right. And why has the future tense been used?
It's not happen.
That's right. It's
It
not
will happen in
It
the
will happen.
future.
Yeah. Thank you, Tim. All right, final paragraph, and then we'll have a break. Dreamworld staff drained water from the ride in an attempt to save the trapped passengers and treated those injured before paramedics arrived. Paramedics are ambulance staff. CEO of the theme park, Craig Davidson, said the team is deeply shocked and saddened by this, and our hearts and our thoughts go out to the families involved and to their loved ones. The next of kin have been informed. A coroner will investigate, and police have established a crime scene at the park. There will also be a workplace health and safety inspection. Cindy.
Hi.
Deeply shocked and saddened by this, and our hearts and thoughts go out to the families involved and their loved ones. What does that mean? Why is he saying that?
I just want to comfort the dead people's family.
Yeah, I'm sure you have the same in Mandarin, but similar words are often said in times of disaster. So people always say, we're deeply shocked, we're deeply saddened, our hearts and thoughts go to the families and their loved ones. Cindy, who are loved ones? Their loved ones. Who does that refer to?
Dead people.
Are the dead people?
They, I think it's they care about some people.
Yes, that's right. So it's their families and their friends, the live ones, not the dead ones. Now it also says our hearts and thoughts go out to their families. What does that mean? Do they send their hearts?
Can you tell?
Yeah. In the second and third lines, it says, just a minute, our hearts and thoughts go to the families. What does that mean?
I will be with you forever.
Yes, that's right. I'll be about forever. But, thank you very much, Cindy. I didn't know you cared. Cindy, the next of kin have been informed. What does that mean? What's next of kin?
Cousin. Mom and dad. 爸爸妈妈。直系的。My parents.
Yeah, it can be parents, it can be brother. It depends who you say. Kin means relatives. Okay, and the final question, actually the second last question, what is a coroner? So a coroner will investigate.
Some people who check the body. Oh, check the body. Check
Yeah.
the body.
So it's somebody who investigates the accident and looks at the bodies. And finally, the very last sentence, there will also be a workplace health and safety investigation. What's that?
Security check.
No.
Oh.
I'm sure you have the same in Taiwan, Cindy, but you probably haven't come across this. Workplace health and safety, they're people who come and check why the accident happened. And also if there's anything wrong with the other rides. They just make sure that this doesn't happen again. Okay? Thank you, Cindy. Okay. Tiffany, that's fine.
Thank you.
Could we start? Yeah, can we start a new classroom, please, Pearl?
Right now
Greg
or after break?
Yeah. Well, after the break, have a break and we can log back in. Would that be okay?
Yeah,
All right.
sure.
So
Yeah.
if you
But
could set one up.
before that,
Yep.
I have a question about the third paragraph about the usage
Yep.
of those two sustain. Is that
Yep.
an awkward way to put it? I mean, you can just say.
We don't say that in speaking, Pearl. This is the sort of thing that's very formal, and it's used when somebody's speaking like this, addressing the media or other people, and it's very formal language, and yes, it's common, but it would not be used if I was talking to you. I just say, oh, the ride malfunctioned and people were killed. But this is the way they talk when they're talking to the media. And sustained is a common word in that use.
And you have to talk like that when you face the media? Is the proper
That's
way
the
to
usual. You're expected to talk like that. And like he said, I'm deeply shocked and saddened. That's another way that they really only say that when they're addressing the media or talking in to a paper, an investigator.
Okay. A while ago, you were saying that the Australian police blocked the whole 4 lines of the highway.
Yep.
I mean, what's the image of police officer in your country? Are they respected or they are feared?
But most responsible people accept they have a job to do, and they respect them. Occasionally, there will be, but particularly with smartphones that can video, there's a lot of videos released that show police being brutal and we say overzealous. So overzealous means they use too much force to arrest somebody, and these videos can be very bad for the police because they show the police badly. But most people accept that they have a job to do, and I would respect police. I might not like being fined, but I expect police. If I'm speeding, and I get a fine, then so be it. So, but most we say law-abiding people. Law-abiding means you follow the law. Most law-abiding people accept them as necessary.
Okay, so when you talk to a police officer, do you call him sir?
No. Well, it depends on depends what you're trying to get. Oh, sir, I'm terribly sorry. If you're trying not to be fined, but people will swear at them if they're angry. I would simply address him in a reasonable manner, a respectful manner. So yes, I'm respectful towards them, but I expect them to respect me as well. So, but I would not call him sir. I don't regard them as sir. I regard them as, I pay for them. So in fact, I contribute to their wages.
You say officer, right?
Officer would be fine. Or address them by their title. That's perfectly appropriate.
I think in the past in Hong Kong they called police officers sir. Yeah, but I don't know what they do now.
Their slang name for them is pigs.
Okay, we can take a break and open another classroom.
Okay, I'll see you in about 10 minutes then. Okay, can you play that please, Judy or Greg or Judy? Okay. What was done to get this chicken ready for its new role as a chicken that can tweet?
Hello?
Hello?
Oh, I'm Jasmine. And they train the chicken and searching for Twitter personality.
So what was involved? Jasmine, what is intensive physical training?
Meaning that they let the chicken have some exercise.
And what are computer basics?
How to typing.
Yes. And what's Twitter?
A kind of social network.
Yep. Do you have Twitter in Taiwan or have you got something else like it?
Yeah, I got Twitter, but I seldom use it.
Why?
Because I use Twitter because I want to follow a basketball player. They use Twitter more, so this is the only way I can.
Oh. How did they teach the chicken computer basics? So how did they teach the chicken computer basics?
They use the specially
Specially designed chicken puppet. What's a puppet?
dolls.
Yeah, that's right. Why is it hope? What is it hope that Betty the chicken will achieve?
Hello. The chicken can send English word on Twitter.
That's right. Li Yin Yun, do you believe this story?
I don't think the chicken learned that.
How, do you like chickens other than to eat them?
I usually eat them.
Yes, I think that's the best thing to do. This chicken will never achieve a tweet. However, it is said that if you give a monkey a
I
typewriter,
think monkey can.
it will eventually produce the, sorry, I'm just typing the works of Shakespeare. What does that mean? So if you give a monkey a typewriter, eventually it will produce the works of Shakespeare.
That means the monkey can do something.
It's highly unlikely, but that was, it used to be something that was very popular when I was your age. Now, since I have you, Li Yin Yun, what is that map of? What area?
North.
All right, north. Where? North Taiwan?
And
It's
the Northern
Europe.
Hemisphere. That's right. Northern Europe or Northern Hemisphere. Now, can anybody can anybody tell me what these three countries are called together? There's a word beginning with S that covers all those countries. Also, Denmark is in the same group. I can't see Denmark on here. Begins with S and ends in avia.
Okay, Scandinavia.
That's right. So those four countries, Norway, Sweden, Finland and Denmark, are called Scandinavia. What's the Arctic Circle? One of you two from Czechoslovakia, Václav or Michael. Is Michael here? Václav, what's Scandinavia?
Well, Scandinavia are those countries on north of Europe.
Yeah, sorry, what's the Arctic Circle, I meant to say?
I am not sure, but I think when you are at the Arctic Circle, you have half a year Arctic day and half a year Arctic night.
I think it means the very north of the globe, the Earth. So is it cold or hot, Václav?
Really cold there.
Right. Does it have seals?
Seals?
Yes.
Probably. I'm not sure.
No,
I've
sorry.
never been there.
I mean penguins.
I think penguins are on the south, but I'm not sure.
Correct. You're right. We had I used to think that penguins and polar bears lived in the Arctic Circle and in Antarctica. So the Arctic Circle is north, Antarctica is south. But penguins and polar bears live in Antarctica, and there's no. Is this right? No. I can't remember, but there's one place that polar bears aren't. I don't think there's polar bears in the north. No, there must be, because they're in. This is Greenland, and also it goes on to Canada, where there's polar bears. So perhaps there's no polar bears in the south. All right, it's not that important. Anyway, this is about data centers. Internet companies such as Facebook use server farms such as this proposed plant to store and manage data, or data, depending on you. The plants are filled with cupboard-sized racks of computer servers that store and move data, such as photos. These slightly eerie, heavily guarded facilities are where sites such as Facebook and Google live. I'll come back to this in a minute. I'm going to show you some pictures so you know what I'm talking about. The high-powered, well, actually, I'll do that now. So this is the Facebook server farm. Lulea, remember that's up in the Arctic Circle, just 70 miles from the Arctic Circle. EJ Lin.
Hi. Hi.
Are you a computer girl?
Not yet.
Do you know why Facebook has put its server in the Arctic Circle? What's the reason?
Put down temperature.
Yeah, that's right. It's cold. These things generate lots of heat. So it's much cheaper to have them somewhere cold than somewhere like Taiwan. Would you like to work here?
Yes.
Oh, you probably get well paid if it's Facebook. Thank you, EJ. The next slide is just giant fans pulling cold air to cover the vast racks of servers in the center. Sandy, what is a server? What's a computer server?
It means that everyone could connect through internet to the server.
Yep, that'll do. And why is everything black?
Like, I don't know.
Neither do I. I just thought you might know. Thank you. That's the server. The companies rely on additional data centers, not only to provide fast connections, but also backup in the case of a system failure. Phoebe?
Hi.
Can you explain this? What is a system failure, and why is backup necessary?
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah. At the bottom of the slide, it says
yes.
backup in event of system failure. What's backup? And why is it necessary if there is a system failure?
Backup is the copy of your information.
Yes.
Something, yeah.
And system failure?
And just your system can work.
Does not work.
Yeah.
Right, so if you have backup, you can restore your system. How do you say this word? Data or data?
Data.
Right. Is it singular or plural?
Plural.
It is actually
maybe
plural.
It can be singular.
Yes, it can be either actually. In English, we use both. The data is or the data are. So I sometimes proofread research articles. What's proofread?
Check.
Yeah, check it. Look at the words and check the grammar. Now, I personally prefer the data or data is correct. However, increasingly people of your age are saying the data are correct. And in fact, that is, strictly speaking, the singular of data is datum. So one piece of information is datum or datum. So grammatically, it is a plural word. Now give me another example of a word that is plural.
Yeah. Plural. 突然想不出来。people.
People, all right. Now, the people were correct. I constantly see international students making mistakes with three particular words. What's the plural of information?
Information.
Correct. Plural of staff?
Staff.
Yep. And stuff the same. You do not say information, staffs, or stuffs, or datas. Now, this will lose you marks in a TOEIC or TOEFL exam. So we simply say the information is correct. The staff are there. This stuff is mine. But we don't say staffs, stuffs, or informations. Phoebe, what does stuff mean? So if I steal your stuff, what am I stealing?
Steal my things.
Yes. And if somebody, there's also a verb to stuff. If you stuff an animal, what are you doing?
Stuff.
Or what is a stuffed animal?
It's a dead animal, for example, in a museum.
Correct. Now, I am stuffed. I can tell you that does not mean that I am actually stuffed. Cindy, what does it mean? If you feel stuffed, there are two things you could be saying to me. So I feel stuffed. Two meanings. What are they? If you feel stuffed.
Feel full.
Yes, good. Feel full. And one more.
Have no time.
No. Very tired. I'm really stuffed. I need to go to bed. Now, all those uses of stuffed are. Sorry. When you say I'm stuffed because you're full or you're tired, that is slang. If you're talking about a stuffed animal, that's fine. But you would not say my stuff was stolen in an essay. My possessions were stolen. Now, Cindy, since you're there, what is staff? What does staff mean?
Employer.
Yeah, employees. Okay, so employees, excuse me, or staff. So, who else is there? Jay. How many staff are involved in delivering this lesson today?
I think it's 3.
4.
4.
There's myself, Pearl, Judy, and Greg. Okay, thank you, Jay. Right, let's go back to those. So these are the servers. That's the equipment is reduced to its basics, so it runs cooler. In other words, they try and keep it simple. It can also be easily accessed and repaired quickly. A few years ago, it took an hour to repair a server hard drive. At Loier, that's down to 2 minutes, Facebook said. Daniel?
Hi.
How does that picture show you that the servers are easily accessed? Or how are they easily accessed?
We can easily see the inside.
That's right, you can see everything there. So you can see all the wires, you can see the fans. So if it breaks down, they just stick a new one in. And if these systems go down, they can rapidly repair them, which is good because everybody expects things to be repaired quickly. So internet companies such as SafeBooks use server farms such as this proposed plant. Daniel, what is a proposed plant? Or also, what's a plant first? So if you have a plant of machinery, or what does that mean, a plant?
A factory or...
Yeah, that'll do. Factory's fine. And if you have a proposed plant, what does that mean? The plant that is proposed, if you like. Does it exist yet? Say no.
No.
Very good. If it's proposed, it means it's still a proposal. It's still on the drawing board, so they're going to do it in the future. It doesn't exist yet. Okay. And server farm is the same as a plant. So a server farm, if you like, it's a farm of machinery. So this is where they're sticking all their huge computers. Now the plants are filled with cupboard-sized racks of computer servers that store and move, I'll say data's fine, such as photos. These slightly eerie, heavily guarded facilities are where sites such as Facebook and Google live. Sarah?
Hi.
They put this word live in what we call punctuation marks or commas. Why have they got punctuation marks around it?
Because they want to emphasize.
You can do it that way, but that's not the case here.
I have no idea.
All right, it's hard to. They don't really live there because Facebook and Google are virtual. So what does virtual mean? Sarah, what does virtual mean?
Not real.
That's right. Now Facebook and Google are real, but they don't live in the sense that are you alive, Sarah? Or are you just virtual?
Okay.
You're not sure?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
So you're not sure if you're alive or virtual? I think you're alive. Did you have a heartbeat this morning? Say yes. Facebook and Google, they... Sorry, Sarah, I'll stop teasing you.
Yeah. Facebook and Google is virtual.
They are virtual. They are companies. They do have buildings. But
yes.
Sites do not live. Sites are virtual. However, they're using live or live, sorry, to pretend. So that's why they put it in inverted commas. They don't really live there. They're just saying that as a way of describing something. Sarah, since you're there, are you a slightly eerie girl? What does eerie mean?
Strange.
That's right, a bit strange. So are you a bit strange?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Reasonable answer. You're a very truthful girl. The high-powered computers equipment generate huge amounts of heat. Most data centers use chiller systems to stay cool. Vaclav, what is a chiller system?
Do you hear me?
So what's a chiller? Yeah, I can now, sorry. So what's a chiller
Yeah.
system?
I think it's something that makes it cooler, like air conditioning
That's right.
or fans.
Now, chilly, if the weather is chilly, that means it's cold. If you have a chill, Vaclav, if I say, or you say to me, I've got a chill, give me another word or describe it.
For example, take a nap or just relax.
All right, you can say I am chilling out, that means you're just doing something to be cool. But if you are sick and you have a chill, what does it mean?
Okay, probably I have a cold.
That's right, you have a cold. So I have a cold. One informal way of saying it, that you have the flu or a cold, is I have a chill. It's a silly word, but that's what we say. Okay, thank you. Nordic countries now sell plants on the basis that their frosty locations will help cool computer equipment. Google already has a plant in Finland in a disused paper mill. Zoe?
Hello.
Based
Hello.
on this reading, what are the Nordic countries? Or where are the Nordic countries? What are they?
Nordic country.
Just look at the three countries we've been talking about.
Norway, Sweden,
Denmark, yeah, Denmark and Finland. Have you ever heard of the Vikings?
No, I haven't.
All right, Vaclav, have you heard of the Vikings?
Yes, I did.
Tell the others in English what the Vikings are.
It's an old nation living in the north. I don't know. They had big boats and conquered the land. I don't know.
That's right. They used to sail around and killing people back in the. Oh, we're talking 1,000 years ago here. So that's not a very good picture, is it? Just a minute. They used to wear strange hats with point. I can't find a picture of the hat, of course. But they were warriors. They were warriors that used to go around conquering Europe.
Nicholas,
Yeah.
do you think the men in Sweden need to prove that they are good fishermen? I mean, they like, you have to know how to drive a boat, like we drive a car, to show your manhood,
I'll take you. I don't know. I've never been to Sweden. Lucy, would you like to marry a Viking?
Maybe Cindy wants to marry.
She wouldn't have a nice life if she did. This word Nordic, if you look here, Norse is the Vikings used to live there, so the Norse, and Nordic is the adjective, and it relates back to what Vaclav said. These countries are in the north of the world. It says Nordic countries now sell plants on the basis of frosty locations will help cool computer systems. Lucy, it says here Google already has a plant in Finland in a disused paper mill. Why did they use a disused paper mill?
To be environment friendly.
That's a good answer. It was already there, so why build a new place? Would you go and work here for a little while if you got the opportunity, Lucy?
Yes.
You would? Are you doing computing for your degree?
Yes.
I see. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Last paragraph, nearly finished. Facebook is also building new data centers in America. The more an internet company has, the better, as it has backup facilities in the case of failure. Cindy. Cindy, are you there?
Yes.
I promise I won't tease you about Vikings. What is the reason given in this paragraph for Facebook building lots of new data centers? What's the reason?
Because it has backup. Because it has backup facility.
Yep, in the case of failure. Cindy, would you ever consider working in this location if you aren't married?
No.
No, why not?
I don't like the weather.
No, it would be very cold.
Yes.
Thank you,
Would be
Cindy.
very.
Now,
I would think that Cindy will have difficulty collecting cooking material. No vegetable growing there.
well, she'd be able to go and kill a polar bear. All right, now, Sandy, if I said this expression here, let's call it a day, what do I mean?
Let's finish.
Yeah. So what do you think? Would you like me to go on another hour or stop?
No.
No. All right. Are there any questions, anybody? Thank you, Sally. Pearl, any questions, or should we call it a day?
Oh, no, finally we get it through with all the difficulty we faced today.
Yes, we seem to have a... I wonder if that problem we keep experiencing with the classroom is due to this network. I thought it was software, but perhaps it's a network failure that we can't load things sometimes. I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, we'll see if you can upload article next week.
Okay. All right. Have a good week, everybody.